I'm sure this might have happened to a lot of you who mostly create reports through Excel. Your manager expects a report, but he also expects if you can make it more visually appealing and more interactive. So, his expectations are always high, and when we are not able to meet that, they get angry and impacts us. Right? I know a lot of you can relate to it. And in race of standing out in crowd, you try a lot of things. Don't worry, I got you covered here. Stay connected with my channel and keep learning more ways to excel in your work. Hello, as you all know me, I am Pratap Narula, an investment consultant and educator. I am back with a new video. And today, I am going to be showing you a fantastic slide-out menu that can be used in any single workbook. This will not only make you stand out but will definitely help you meet your manager's expectations. So, let's start with this session. So, first thing first. This is a really great feature that can be used in any workbook, but let's go over some of the reasons why you might want to have a slide-out menu in workbooks. How a user will go about navigating the workbook, and this is a great way to control it using these buttons. So maybe you have 10 sheets in your workbook, but you may only want 5 that your user is able to view. So using these navigations is a great way to do that. Another reason, you get a great, very easy user interface feel. A user interface that's really easy to use and intuitive is extremely helpful. Plus it looks great. So how was this created? Let's go ahead and go into the detail of how this was done. Also, you can see that it has the ability to hover over a certain shape, and we use that hover technology for this as well. To begin with, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the Developer tab and then into Design mode. And once we are into Design mode, that allows us to pause our hover option. Let me show you what I am doing here. This particular shape here is a shape when we use the Insert and Label, an ActiveX label. And then you can go into the Properties. And we can see details of that label here. We can find this in the Developer tab. If you do not have a Developers tab, simply go into the File and then the Options. And you can see it under the Customize ribbon. And you have Developer option. So just make sure this is checked. Basically, what I've done is I've inserted a label here. Let me go ahead and take out Transparent so you can see it. I'm just going to double-click the Style Opaque and can change the color. So for you to see what is going on, make that colored. So basically what I have done here is, I've created shapes and icons for the most part. And then I've assigned macros to those just so you can do that. So the shape that I've created is basically a 2-rounded corner rectangle. And you can find that shape here by clicking on Insert and then click on Shapes. It's the same side corner rectangle. And I inserted this. So I've done that. I've created this rectangle. And then I've turned it around. And I shrink it up. And this gives us the ability to create that kind of shape. And then to add text. You can just type in whichever name works for you. You see text that is a bit not in the correct manner. So we go to the home screen. And then we turn this and we just click rotate the text up, and that's going to rotate the text. And then we can center it, or we can do whatever we want. We can go ahead and change the colors of it. This is all up to your creativity. So now through the macro, we are doing 2 things. We are changing the length of this shape. We are going to go from a short length to a larger length. And then we are also moving the icon. And there's lots of different icons in the list. So let's go ahead and go into the VBA. And this is where the magic happens. And we can see really what's going on under the hood. Hope you are still with me. It's getting interesting. Wherever you get stuck while testing this, comment or share your feedback and I will help you and connect or write back. Okay, so in the Developers tab, we go to Visual Basic, or Alt F11 is a shortcut. And you'll notice we have macros on the sheet. And here we have a module with additional macros. And now with our sheet macros, we've created additional shapes. These text labels will expand on mouse hover. This is called mouse move, and let me show you that as well. So basically what we do is, when we create a shape and then add label. When we create a label like this, we have lots of different abilities to do things on mouse hover, like on click, on exit, etc. So let's go ahead and double click that. That takes us into the VBA, and here, this is the label 1 that we just created, and here is all the functions that you can do. We can assign a macro on click before or paste and all options as listed here. So in our case, we want mouse move. We are not going to be using this. So we'll delete that for label 1 because we are not going to be using it. You will notice that each one of these has mouse move. And what I've done is, I've given name to each one of it. And to give it a name, just click here and under properties. We can assign a name. Let me do this in fast forward. This is a label. We don't need label. We just want to use it for the box properties. So we will remove this. And then to make it transparent, all we need to do is just select from the drop-down list for transparent option or just simply double-click. We have no border, and so all we have to do is to create a macro on hover. Just double-click and we can do it something like this. So if we go to mouse move, and then we can just add message box. This is mouse move. So now remember, it's very important. Nothing's gonna happen until you're out of design mode. Design mode is the area where we can actually click on here. Once we've gone out of design mode, we can no longer click. You see this pop up? That's the message box that I just created. Design mode is like an editing mode where you can design it. You can go into the properties. So in case if it's not working for some reason, and you're like, why isn't it working? It's probably because you're in design mode. And in the VBA module, design mode is also available. You can see design mode is also right here. So you can get in and out of the design mode with VBA as well. Let's go back into design mode so that you can see what I've done here. I've created boxes. And you can see these label boxes around each shape. And what I've done is, I've assigned a specific macro on hover of each one of these as you just see. And let's go ahead and take a look at those macros now. So we'll go back into VBA module here. In the Developers tab, we have these macros assigned, and let's go over here on the reports. Scroll up. We go to the first one under the contact. However, that's the first one, and you'll see I've got two macros that are running. One is a slide out contact, and another one is a slide in schedule. And the reason for that is, when I click on schedule or in contacts, I want the other option to shrink back to icon only view, so that it's easy to highlight the one we are looking at or working on. I wanted to make sure that when we are hovering over contacts that the schedule actually disappears. So I've created a macro called slide out contact, which will bring it out, and then that also slides it in. And let's go ahead and look at those macros. Now into the module menu, remember to name these modules. Right-click, Insert, to create module. And then to rename your module, make sure you learn how to name your modules, and to do that, just click on the properties here. And then you can name your module so that each module has a different name. When you have a lot of modules, that becomes really critically important. So here's our two macros that control each one of our shapes. We have a slide out contacts, which is the macro that's actually bringing it out. And then we have a slide in contact, which is actually bringing it back in. So all we're doing with this, it's very simple. I've dimensioned width just as long, and since we're going to use this for every single macro, we don't need to dimension it each time. So we've done it just once above all subroutines. So what I'm doing here now is with sheet 1, that I'm going to take this away and I'm going to put this active sheet. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to be able to use this module for whatever sheet we are on. Let's do it now so you can see how it's done. Okay, We are going to Control F, find, and then I'm going to replace it. And what are we going to replace it with? We are going to replace it with active sheet dot. And what that's going to do is going to replace each instance. So we are going to replace all. So this way, active sheet can use this module on any sheet. And you see that there's no change in the macro. So it's going to work on active sheet. So what I've done is I've created the for width of for next loop here. And basically all we're saying is we for sliding out, we want the width to go from 32 and you know that the minimize is 32 to 105. I've just chosen those numbers. If you want to make it longer or shorter, bigger or smaller, you can change these numbers as you see fit. And then all we're doing is we're saying the active sheet shapes icon here. What we want to do is we want to move that icon as well. Because that not only does the width change, actually its height as well. I know it's kind of confusing, but remember we turned that shape, we turned it around. That's the reason it's showing height. Back into our VBA model we have here, we want the ability to move the icon. That's this little shape here, we want to move it to the right. And how much do we want to move to the right? Basically we want to move it to the same dimensions as we are growing. That's why I'm saying the width minus 32 this enables to move the icon all the way to the right. So that's what we're doing. And then when we move, the small one doesn't have any text associated with it. But when it becomes big, it does have text. So here in this line of code, we're adding that text here. Sliding in does pretty much the opposite of what we did. Now we're going in reverse. Now the width is from 105 to 32. And make sure you put that step 1 in there. That's going to tell Excel VBA to go down one step each time. This is going to assign the left width so that we have that there. And then on this line of code, we're taking that icon, contact icon, and we're moving it all the way, basically the opposite of the left. And so we're moving that back over. And you see this is the same. The reason of same is because we are actually going in reverse now. If you click on here, you see this is the contacts button. If we click on the icon here, and they select that button, this is the contact icon. So I've labeled each one of those so that we can see how they are in the VBA. So on slide in, we're taking that icon from this position and we're moving it to the left. Just moving it along with the button so that they appear to be together. Alright, that's why we're doing that. I've repeated these steps. Just slide out contact and then slide it for each of the shapes that we have. The code is essentially the same. It's just done for each one of them. And then I've assigned a macro. I have assigned a macro to this holding down the control button. Right-click and then assign macro contacts. Click OK. So you can assign any macro, any different type of macro you have. I have created a simple one, but you may want to do more with this by adding sheet or go to any area. You can do that as per your requirement. Now one last thing, I have also added one more thing. If you highlight one of the button in the middle, I want to make sure that the email and that the contacts are both closed. When this is open, I want to make sure that the button above and the button below are both closed. So if you look on here on schedule hover, we are going to slide in the contacts. We are going to slide in the email and we are going to slide out the schedule. That means I just want to make sure these shapes or buttons above and below it are both closed. So that is how we create hover buttons. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you liked this video and love the session, please share your inputs and feedback in comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and see you in next one.